Well, hello, lovely humans, and welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, we are going to be talking about how on earth are you supposed to be shopping for a bridal dress in the middle of a global situation where there's not a lot of shopping happening. Listen, all joking aside, a lot of you have reached out and said, how do I go dress shopping in a climate like this when, shops aren't open or they're limiting capacities. You just don't have access to that moment that you've dreamt of for a long time, and is that say yes to the dress moment. It's not as readily available as it was at this time last year or 3 years ago or whatever. So today's video is 100% going to be about how do you shop for a wedding dress in the midst of a global pandemic. So without further ado, let's just jump right on into it. Now, to kick things off for today's video, it is sponsored by the loveliest of lovely companies, okay? I am so excited to be chatting about Lyra Vega Bridal with you guys. Basically, Lillian, the owner, reached out to me a couple months ago, and her and I hit it off. You know that my main battle cry here is making sure you guys get the best and the most out of your wedding day while still maintaining affordability. And that is one thing I love about Lyra Vega Bridal is their honest pricing. Not only will you not find a single dress above $1,000, including shipping, but they have all of their prices listed on their website. They are a 100% e-commerce business and have been for 4 years. You see, Lillian's whole motto behind getting this started is it was a really arduous and a really expensive process to get her own wedding dress, so she decided to reinvent the wheel and has been online since 2016. And in 4 years, they have a 0% return rate. That's insanity, guys. That means they've got some really great systems and ateliers over there to make sure that what they're sending out is personally inspected and impeccably done. But honestly, what I love the most about Lyra Vega Bridal is their mission, and that is empowering brides to make smart decisions in a way that makes sense for your lifestyle and not just kind of blindly following tradition because you feel like you have to, but making sure you pick what's best for you without sacrificing the beautiful quality. So 10 out of 10 recommend. Love Lillian to pieces. In fact, we're having her over on the Union podcast as well. Just a genius businesswoman. I love what she's doing, and I'm so excited that she's this week's sponsor. If you are interested in working with Lyra Vega Bridal, please feel free to use this code right here. Her and I are actually working together on the perfect little emergency kit to send out to you guys with every purchase using this code. And not just like one of those kitschy ones that you find on the internet that like may or may not include good things, but things that I actually know that you guys will need on your wedding day. So again, use this code right here if you are going to go shop on over at Lyra Vega, and tell Lillian I sent you, because she's just a peach. So dress shopping in 2020, or for however long this is going to last for, kind of falls into two categories. One, prep work, and two, actually shopping. So as far as the prep work is concerned, I know you already probably have a Pinterest board with a bunch of different dresses on there that you really, really like. But you're also going to want to research what those dresses are, because regardless of whether you are going in person to a shop or you're searching for yourself online, you're gonna want to know the terms, the names, and the general styles that you're gravitating towards. It makes it easier to Google or easier to communicate really, really quickly to a bridal consultant if your appointment time has been shortened or you're only on the phone with them. We just don't have this uninhibited access like we did before. So you're going to need to know a lot more specifically what you are looking for. It's also really helpful to know designers that you're generally interested in. One, that way you just spend less time just kind of looking blindly all over the internet to try to find the right dress for you. But once you find a designer that you like, zero in on that and hyper focus on that until you find the right one for you. 2, know your budget. Sometimes it can be tempting to try on a $5,000 dress when your budget is $500. Don't do it. Obviously, when you're trying things on at home, you're not going to be ordering a $5,000 dress to just try on and then send back later. But if you are going to be doing these in-person shopping experiences, make sure that you go in with a firm budget because, again, we don't have a lot of time to waste. They're at a much smaller capacity. They don't have time to waste. Be more specific with your wants and needs. So that will definitely fall on you. Now, when it comes to the actual shopping experience, obviously it's going to be different. And the last bit of prep work that you're going to need to do is prepare yourself for what that is going to look like. If that means that you are not getting the traditional dress shopping experience where you bring all of your bridesmaids with you, you sip on champagne and try on beautiful dresses for 3 hours, that could very well be a dream that you've held on to for a really long time, and right now it's not looking like a reality. So taking a moment to sit in that and be like, okay, this is not what I expected. This is definitely different. Okay, and mourn that moment if you need to mourn that moment. I know this is a pretty heavy topic for some of you, but like, please feel free to mourn the expectation of what you want this to be, because it's not that right now. And when you've had that moment, you'll probably circle back to it a couple more times, but then you can form a new plan of attack for how you can do this moving forward. So like, don't be afraid to grieve that process and be sad that you're not getting that. And look for new opportunities to create a new type of memory. So the most effective way to be shopping right now, in my opinion, is in one of three ways. One, sample sales. Like, just get in, get out, you get the exact dress that you want. I actually have a girlfriend of mine who is doing a specific sale of her sample dresses. It's White Flower Bridal. It's in San Diego. So I know a lot of you are Southern California based. So they're offering a super specific sample sale just for you guys, like right now who are watching this. It's gonna be this upcoming Sunday from 12 to 6 Pacific Standard Time. And if you use code JAMIE100, they will give you an additional $100 off. They've got tons of wonderful sample dresses that they're gonna have available. So if you wanna check out their stuff, I will be sure to link it below. You can definitely look around at the dresses before the sale even starts if you wanna kind of poke around and get your eyes on something. But wonderful option for you over there. Oh, hey, editing Jamie here. It's a digital sale. I totally forgot that very important detail. So when I say you can take a look at the items beforehand, it's all on their website. So, I'm really good at this. If you don't have a sample sale local to your area, or you're not local to San Diego, for this particular experience, another great option is to go online to buy a used dress. Now, this is one that can be very, very time consuming, okay? Because while there are great websites out there, like oncewed.com, gosh, there's so many of them. Stillwhite.com, those kinds of things where they are selling these dresses. It does take a lot longer to find your specific dress in a specific style that you're looking for, and just hope that someone out there is selling it. So in those kinds of circumstances, you do need to be prepared to have a little bit more of an open mind, because it could be a lot harder to find a specific dress. You could also get a wide range of price points when going onto these websites. You can find something that is a screaming deal, but it may be really dirty, or you can find something that is basically just like 10% off of the retail value, and you're like, what the heck, why don't I just buy it at retail then and be guaranteed that it's going to be nice and clean and brand new? So I suggest a lot of caution when using websites like this. Make sure there's a very clear description and great photos. So those tend to not be like my immediate recommendation, but what I do appreciate about them is that they are websites that have been established for years and have been around for years. So if you are entertaining the idea of buying a used dress, you're going to want to go with a website platform that has all of these kinks worked out, and not someone that's kind of brand new and just developing this in the face of everything that's happening in 2020. And then your last option is to go more custom. That's where Lyra Vega is a wonderful option for that too, because you are getting something made to the measurements that you sent in, instead of a sample dress or instead of a used dress that may have already been altered to somebody else's size. You're getting something that is made to your measurements, so there would be pretty minimal alterations needed afterwards, which saves you a lot of time, energy, and money, because the cost of alterations can add up. It can be anywhere from $300 to $1,300. So it'd probably even be on that too, depending on the type of dress that you are looking at. And again, because Lillian with Lyra Vega Bridal has been doing this for 4 years, and her intention has always been to be an e-commerce business. The last option would be to go completely custom from the ground up, sketching it from scratch, the whole kit and caboodle. A great option for that would be Anomalie.com. They are phenomenal. Now, this is probably going to be a little bit more of a higher price point. Of course, if you're getting a custom dress from scratch, it's going to cost a little bit more than if you're buying a sample dress or a used dress off of a website. But you are also getting that custom experience. You're getting something that is made pretty close to almost your exact body specifications, or to the measurements that you have sent in, that will need minimal alterations afterwards. Now, if you want to, I just got codes galore for you guys today. If you go to the link down below, I think it has to work through this link. If you go to the link down below, I have a whole one for Anomalie as well. Use code JAMIEW for $100 off your custom dress experience, which is amazing. I personally have had clients go through their process of getting a custom dress made and absolutely loved it. And because we don't really have access to the traditional idea of what wedding dress shopping is, it is in your best interest to go with a company, platform, or website that has been around for a while, and not someone who's completely reinventing their business to try to fit into 2020. Like, we're proud of their hustle, absolutely, but we are talking about your wedding dress, and we want to make sure it's an experience that you enjoy as well. And then lastly, once you get your dress, you can still pop a bottle of champagne when you try your dress on for the first time. You can still FaceTime your best friend or your mom or your grandma and show her as you're sipping on some bubbly. We can still make this a great experience for you. Just make sure that you do your research. You know the style, the designer, the cut of the gown that you would prefer to be looking at. You know your budget and you're going to stick to it. You're prepared that this is going to be a different experience and you're going with a trusted source that has been doing this for a while. Again, quite a few codes for you. I'm going to go ahead and leave those in the description box as well in case any of these options piqued your interest. Guys, it's been a wild ride. But don't worry, I still got you. We will still be finding ways to make progress in wedding planning, even when the world looks just a little bit different. If you haven't done so already, jump on down there, like this video. It's a great way of letting me know that this is the kind of content that you are looking for. Drop a comment down below. How did you get your dress? How are you planning on getting your dress? Let me know, because I love hearing from you guys. And subscribe if you haven't already. Again, want to hit that 100K. It's going to be great. We're going to have a big old celebration. It's going to be beautiful. Okay, and until next week, bye guys.